Hello. Okay, I have to fix this. Oh god, not me clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, hang on. These are not the right things to vote on, so don't vote. There's still a bunch of votes available right now. Only first and second have been claimed. Third, all those early birds, nothing. So, also Juneteenth celebrates the day that slaves were emancipated. So, pretty big deal. Pretty big day. All right, let's see if I can get it to work through. Okay, I can get it through here. Hang on. Okay. Hopefully that works for music today, because it's just misbehaving. For whatever reason, the Spotify app wouldn't open. We are coloring today. If we want to put coloring back on the list, though, for next week, I'm fine with that. I didn't know if we wanted to put knitting on the list. I have my, the sweater that we're working on finishing. That would be a big finish. Okay. I mean, I'm fine. I am fine with putting coloring back in. I really am. Because I think this is like the first time we're coloring this month, honestly. So if we want to add coloring, if we want to add, we can add purlers. Oh, we could do minis. Moon. I did find the cord. Hi, Tigress. How do I... Okay. I wanted to vote for the moon. I mean, you could still vote for the moon if you'd like. You like these options? Your vote will go towards knitting. Okie dokie. I will stay with embroidery. Okie dokie. And Sharn would like purlers. Very good. Found some good stuff. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I'm really excited to see what you guys are sending me. I'm touched that you all want me to have stuff. Avert your eyes. I'm not looking. I know, all the points. Hi, Petrichor. Hi, Shiz. Where would you like your points to go, friend? And Tigress, where would you like your points to go? And Petrichor. Yeah, you guys gotta get those, use those points. I give them there for you. The only Yukimori card that I have is Skitty. I don't have any of her others. So, no. Embroidery, okie dokie. Minis game. Minis game and another minis. Okie dokie, perfect. Yay! Thank you all for being here and claiming some points. Okay. I do too, Angela. The list of things that I want to collect is growing. I decided, I was debating if I wanted to collect Spinda because it's the Dizzy Pokemon, and part of me thinks that it's hilarious because I have vertigo. It's just like a stupid like way to be like, you know, to my own internal health. But then I was also thinking my vertigo is caused by migraines. And I think I need to also collect Psyduck, and those cards need to go like together in my binder. So I don't necessarily know that I want to collect all the Psyducks. There are a lot of Psyducks, and some of them aren't like my favorite, but I think I want at least a full page of Psyduck. I wrote down a bunch of artists that I like. I've got just like random things. I've got the ones that I want to like fully get all of, and those are the number of cards in each one. So, by the way, the way that I'm doing this is I'm literally using this other app because I like how it lays out the cards, right? And one of the things that I like is if you click on the collection, you can sort it in a bunch of different ways. So you can choose to sort it, oops, come on. Okay. You can choose to sort by expansion groups, the price. But like if you say expansion groups, it shows you what card packs they're from. So like Chaos Rising, and this is Perfect Order. And I really like that because since I am so new with all of this, I don't necessarily know which ones certain things are in. And so this is this one, that My Dex TCG. I don't like it for a lot of other reasons. Most of everything is behind a paywall. And so I primarily use this TCG player. The TCG player, I can have like a million wish lists. I can scan the cards and get like an estimate. I can do, I like this one better, but for just going through and being like, ooh, let me see like what cards. I like the way that this one organizes stuff or lets me sort through them. Let me turn that on like that. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. So I've been going through and I'm literally only up to Kingler. Like I've just been going, yeah, I've been going through and adding any card in each Pokemon that I like because I decided I'm going to make, I don't know what they call it here, but in video games it would be called a living dex, where you have one of every Pokemon in your Pokedex, like in your box. And I decided I want to do that with a binder. I want to have like each Pokemon in like order in a binder, but just like one card for each Pokemon. So I decided that I would go through and mark down which cards I like so I can kind of keep an eye out for them. And I have some that are cheap and some that are expensive, and that's that. So, here's the deal for today. I have 9 packs. I don't think I want to open all 9 today. I want to open all 9 today. But I also kind of want to have more to open with you guys next week. And I simply can't afford to keep buying Pokemon cards. Like these ones were $8 each, and these ones were $6 each. And then I did this, which was $75. Shh, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. So I thought maybe we open one of each of these packs, and then maybe 1 or 2 of the prismatic, and we can save the others, and we can do them next week. Because next week I'm going to... Wait. Oh, no, wait. When is my card show? Oh, no. I want to open things before I go to the... Okay, the card show is on the 27th. The card show is on the 27th. So I want to open all of my packs by the 27th. But I was also thinking... I think if we meet these goals today, each goal should be worth a pack. So if we get 5 more subs or 900 more bits, because that would equal a pack. That's $9 and about 10. So that to me seems like it makes sense, right? Because then I could buy more. Yeah. Angela, I still can't get over that prismatic pack that I sent you a photo of. If I had $300, if y'all missed it, I showed it yesterday. It is the premium figure collection, okay? And in it, it had Espeon. Oh, it doesn't want to focus. There we go. It had an Espeon Umbreon figurine, an Espeon Umbreon pin, and the prismatic cards for Espeon and Umbreon, as well as 11 packs. Like, if you just did the packs, right? So that was $275 divided by, there were how many packs? 11? Yeah, 11 packs. Okay, that's $25 a pack, which is more than what they're worth. But then you have the figurine, and you have like the pin, and there were sleeves in there, and so, but I couldn't do it. And you're really paying for the fact that you know you're getting those 2 cards as well. But yeah, I really wanted to get it. I'm not gonna lie. The guy who owns the shop was really sweet too. And, you know, we were joking back and forth a little bit. And I even told him, like, if you can come down in price, maybe. But I can't go to that price. And I get it as a small business person. He couldn't. Understand. Not upset. And he was, like, joking because he was like, do you have anything, like, you know, you can always, like, come back. And I was like, do you take trades? I said, I have a foster cat right now. And he started to laugh. And he's like, please don't bring the cat. He goes, but you're welcome to come back anytime. All right. Look at this little Eevee pouch. Hi.
Hi.
You're just in time. I am. Shut up. That's so cute. Wait. It's so cute. Okay. So we're going to put these other ones in here. Oh, yes. Very good. And we have... It's so cute. Okay, so wait, we have an Espeon. Okay. So that's how the packs came. So we're going to save that one and one of each of those. And we'll open up these 4 today. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to open. James, look at the thing. Okay. I think we saved the prismatic to open late, like, after these ones. Because those are, like... Which do we open first? Journey Together or Perfect Order? Also... Hey! James! My Spotify's not working right. Wait, it just opened. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, because the Spotify that was playing on the web browser was trying to say that I didn't have Spotify Premium. Yeah, all of a sudden I heard a band too, and I'm like, absolutely not. Okay, hang on. At least Spotify's working again, so it can play normally without ads. Anyway, one other very important order of business. That's Soot. Whoop.
We're friends now. Now we got some good pets happening. Hi, baby.
And that's one of his sisters. That's Baby Cat.
Baby. Oh, sounds.
And then is this is his other sister, who's very shy and also very cross-eyed. So both of his sisters are like Siamese calico mixes. She can't see very well. You saw she was hitting the table leg while we were playing. But they are all so sweet. And Soot loves them and they love him, and it's just like the best. He ended up in the exactly where he needed to be. Like, his mom sent me, I want to say 7 text messages before they left, detailing everything, pictures, and here, like, she left, you know, cat spray, like, spray in case any of them got sick. Like, she literally laid everything out, and I'm like, this is so nice. But here's all 3 of them. So you can see they're kind of like she's kind of a calico Siamese, and she has a tiny bit of calico, and then there's Soot. Here they all are.
Hi, Bobs. Nope.
I love them all so much. She will be a good cat sitter. And it was funny because they tried to insist that they were going to pay us, and I was like, listen, I said, one day in the not so near future, like the not so distant future, I'm sure I'm going to ask you to watch our cats. And yours are so much easier than mine. Like, they all eat the same wet food. They all eat the same dry food. Like, it's so easy compared to my cats. And I'm like, one day I'm going to ask you to return the favor, and that's the only payment I need. But, like, look at how little Baby Cat is, by the way. She's like Artie size. She's smaller than Artemis, I would say. But he's doing so good, and it makes me so happy. Ugh. And he said hi to us. He wasn't afraid and oh, it was just the best. It was just the best. And then, oh my god, and then... Okay, wait, one more cat thing, and then we'll get to Pokemon cards. Because last night, Mr. Mittens made huge progress with both James and I. Jeepers creepers. Thank you so much for contributing, to my Switch. Holy moly. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is Mr. Mittens. helping himself to my lap. And then he laid down. You can see I'm like, oh my god. But then he laid down and he went to sleep for like 20 minutes. And he is now officially on their website, available to be adopted. And also, he has been having the time of his life with his toys. This was last night, after we had gone to bed. So he's listed on the website as FIV positive. Like, I think like a snuggle bug and shy. And I'm like, yes, very good. I'm glad that we have these things like laid out clearly. Or affectionate, I think is what it said. Because he is, but he is also really shy. It's been 3 weeks today. Today marks 3 weeks. But yeah, he's been doing so good. The first week was rough. The first week had a lot of hissing and a lot of like angry, scared baby. But now he like, look at this one. Oh, she was playing with paper. Oh my, shredding it, yes. Like, he was like, pet my belly, and I'm like, okay, this is a trap normally, but he was just fine with it. Like, he's gonna, oh my god, he's already such a good cat, but he's going to be such a good pet for someone. And he loves James. Because he did this with James first. Look at James's face. Like, he did that first with him, and then he did it later with me. But he loves... Well, that was what I kept saying. I was laughing because I'm like, it does figure that I'm the one who put in all of the work. I'm the one who taught him that it was like okay, and that, oh, no free feet. And then James comes here and he's like, wow, best friends. We're gonna love each other. And I'm like, no, you know what though? It's good. It's good that he feels comfortable. Because that's gonna be good for him. It's going to make him more adoptable if he can warm up quickly to people. So I'm okay with it. I'm fine. And he's been doing really good with Artemis. Sometimes he hangs out in his carrier, and so I will let the girls go in. Like, I'll close the door, and then I'll let the girls go in. And today Artemis was like right up. And my favorite is that Artie was like all about the food, right? So here, no bothers given, and she's like, "Hello, what is this?" And then she starts pulling out his kibble. And he's just like, what's happening? Like, unbothered. He didn't want to fight her or anything like that. So I really think that he could adjust and be okay in a house with other cats. What a little shit. Seriously. Yeah, don't mind if I do. She's like, ooh, you have fishy flavored food, huh? Yoink. James, I don't know if I told you, they said that Tigger really wants to have cat friends. Which is exciting because I wasn't sure after his time outside. Same thing with Mittens, if he would want friends or not. So, everyone's doing really good. And then I'll just put this right here. Oops. Hello. He's on their website. Apply for adoption. He's in a foster home. He's 4 years and 3 weeks, they think. Tigger, they are, yes. So he is technically off of quarantine, and they are now just waiting for space at the shelter. They're doing the same thing with Mittens. They have an event this weekend where they expect a lot of cats to get adopted. So they're hoping that everyone can kind of come in at that point, because they were saying that not a lot of people express interest or apply for cats based on how they look, which is great, honestly. They said it's rare that someone, like, asks about a cat in foster. Most of the time, they go to the shelter and they interact with them, and that's when they make the application. So I get that, but I was like, you know, even if he's just on there, maybe someone will see him and be like, oh, I'm interested. Like, that would be ideal. Okay. We're doing perfect order first. Spoiler. Okay, we don't want that one. And then this is an energy card. Boop. And then we just need Birch. I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm stressed about it. Okay, first card is, oh, a sword. I'm still putting food out. Soot's mom is putting food out. She hasn't. But she does have a camera out there, and she is keeping an eye out for him.
You didn't refill the outdoor food, or...
Yeah, because I'm gonna do that tonight.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. No one's gonna be there during the day. Ooh, a haunter. That's a neat one. Camera. My camera hates me. So yeah, lots of like cat stuff. Lots of animal things happening here. Is she?
Yeah.
Oop. Okay. Boop. A Bunnelby! Pokemon in front of buildings. Absolutely, please do. And he might have, Sharn. He honestly might have. That's the hard thing with males, is that they will go far distances for a female. What have we got here? Ooh. I see it's like a bunch of different things. Is that right? Or was it supposed to link to one product? Okay. I love the Pixel, like the card cases. They are so cute. Oh, it's new. Yeah, I really love them. And I like the Pixel pouch with like Bulbasaur on it. That's super cute. Uh-oh. That sneeze died in my nose. That's really rude. Okay, hang on, wait. I'm gonna drop this a touch lower. Just a smidgy smidge. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. I hate a dead sneeze. Me too. Wow. A stupid train. It did burn. It did. Oh. Okay. Pokemon. Yeah, it did. Oh, another trainer. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Looking for painter's tape.
The blue one?
Yeah.
Bottom cubby?
Well, look at you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna go start tearing apart my card.
Okay. So I completely forgot when I said that I wanted to get the Butterfree and Beautifly to also say that I want to get Vivillon. I completely forgot about her, which I'm so sorry. Until the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot. I gotta get all the butterflies. I have to get all the butterflies. Oh, she's so pretty. That's such a pretty card. Oh, I love that. Wow, another trainer. It's a reverse holo trainer. Another reverse holo trainer. What's the last? That was a terrible pack. Look at all the freaking trainer cards.
That's the worst.
Look at that. That was the pack I just pulled.
Good old Pokemon card smell. Hasn't changed.
No, it hasn't. Yeah, that's true. That was the worst pack, first pack. I did get one that I really like. Also, welcome in, Gwendolyn. How are you? Okay. I like the Bunnelby too. Alright. Perfect order. You stunk. The Rosa and the telepathic energy, though. Yeah, I've seen some people who paint on top of energy cards. Like, they paint Pokemon that belong to that class. And I'm like, that's kind of a fun idea. To, like, do something artsy with the energy cards. Because, like... what else? You know? Alright. What we got here? That card thing. Energy. Alright. This is Journey Together. Yeah. I really like the cards in both of them. Like, when I was looking at the cards that were in the shop, I really did like the Journey Together cards, like, when I was just looking on the app. So, hopefully we get some good ones. Ooh. Bombardier. That's a really pretty one. I quite like that one. Okay, a Parasect. Definitely one of your more favorite sets. There are a lot of really, really pretty cards that aren't too expensive. Yeah. Like, an $8 pack to me was a good pack. I would have gotten more, but, like, I just spent all that money on the prismatic one. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just get 2 of each of those. Oh, this is actually, so when I was going through and picking all the cards that I would want based on, like, Pokemon, like, one for each, like, for the master decks I want to build, this is the one I want for the Alolan Geodude. That's my pick. So, hooray. That's exciting. A lot of the Geodude cards aren't really great, so I like that one a lot. I do like Iris from the series, so that's cool. Okay. An Octillery. I feel like almost all of these cards, he just looks perpetually confused. Or like... Angela, this one makes me think of your binder, but it's a little bit too normal. He's so silly, he is. An Igglybuff. Okay. Oh! A reverse hollow. Squawkabilly. Oops, sorry. He's a bird in front of a building, so he'll go in that section. Building! Bird in front of a building. There's a good amount of reverse hollows in this one. Shelmet. Oh, why are you... And the last one. Oh, I can't believe James missed this. Oh, I love this card. That's a great Snorlax. Okay, one trainer and one energy in that pack. That is an acceptable pack. Okay? That's fine. Oh, wow. That's a great Snorlax. Alright. Which one? Oh, no. We're saving the Espeon Umbreon pack. We'll go with the 3. If anyone ever wants to help, support my Pokemon card buying habit and wants me to open more packs on stream, you're welcome to donate on Ko-fi. I will happily buy more cards with anything that you guys send there. That's fine. Okay, energy. No way, Tigress. Thank you so much. And I definitely want to send y'all some stuff back. I have to just, like, sort out my cards, like, which ones I want to trade. I'm also happy to make, like, perler beads and things like that. If you want me to make a perler Pokemon, I'm happy to do that. If you want me to make, like, perler Pokeballs or anything like that, I'm happy to, like, make stuff to trade with you guys, too. I'm happy to, like, even, like, Amigurumi. I don't really have, like, Pokemon ones, but, like, if we want to just, like, do a trade, I'm happy doing that, too. You know? Like, I want people to get something back, too, you know? So, alright. This is my first prismatic pack opening. Larvitar. A man. Sorry, here, if you wanted to see what it is, I don't care. Okay. Pokemon in front of a building. If you missed it, I have a section in my binder of Pokemon in front of buildings. Because there's a surprising amount of them. A man. Building alert. I hope I get at least some EVs or Evolute. Like, I don't even need, like, the best of the best cards, but I hope I get some. A Sneasel. Does that count as a building? That's more of an archway, I guess. We don't really know that it's a building, you know? That's a building. Boring. I don't care. I don't wait. I just use the cost of these packs. Sure. Oh, Cottony! shiny. That's a cute one. I like that one. A shiny Dunsparce. A shiny man. These packs go for around $15. That's so much for all those trainers. It's so frustrating. Yeah, it's a good Dunsparce. I like him. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Dunsparce's evolution. Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, James, you missed a pull. Come here. You missed one.
Shiny.
Everyone was like, oh my god, where's James?
That's an awesome card.
And that's the pain of Prismatic. Yay!
Do you know where the super glue is?
What kind?
Any kind.
Yeah. That's the glue and sticky stuff.
Oh.
There should be a Ziploc that has a bunch of little tubes. That's the ceramics. There's one that has like a bag. Okay, this one has to be better than that last one, right? It's gotta be. It's got Espeon on the cover.
Ah.
Okay, basic energy. Oh, a shiny basic energy. Okay. Here's the difference, by the way. If you guys, maybe you can tell. Maybe you can tell. No, it's hard to tell. Alright. Prismatic number 2. Hippopotas. Oh. Okay. Spritzy. Cute. Slowpoke. Well, he's fun. A trainer. Really? Does it? Wow, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't know that before because I would have gotten really excited about it. And now I got this pack, which is not a god pack. Trainer. Oh. He's kind of concerned about all the apples. Every time I'm like, oop, aw. Ooh, reverse Hoot Hoot. I like him. And his little flowers. That's a pretty card. Oh, is the Pokeball special? Hoot Hoot is really cute. What's special about it? Is it just worth more? Is it rare? Aw, Litleo. It's Simba. Worth a little more. Not all the hollow. Yeah, I have noticed that not all the reverse hollows have the Pokeballs. All right, last card. Ooh, that's a full hollow. I gotta say, I hate the ancient and like future cards, because what do you mean? What do you mean Fluttermane? Why do they have different names? In Arceus, they didn't have different names. Why do they have different names on the cards? It bugs me. I love the art. I think the art is really cool and it's really pretty. But the name thing bugs me so much. Like, what do you mean Screamtail? What the heck? Alright. Sorry. That's just one of my things. Alright. Not bad pulls. Not a god pack. But that's okay. I would have freaked out if it was. Alright, that's gonna be all the packs for today. Like I said, I have more to open, but I feel like we need to, like, I don't know, either hit some goals or do something. Because I can't afford to just keep buying Pokemon cards. As much as I want to. Alright. I will scan those guys in and figure out my binder placement for them. What I think I'll end up doing too is like some of the ones that I like, but I'm not maybe, because I do want to do like a full dex of, like I said, one of each type of Pokemon. Basically, if any of the ones that I have aren't like the card that I want for that Pokemon, I'll probably be willing to trade them, even if I like don't have the card that I want. I don't know that I want to necessarily like, I would rather, I think, wait to get like the Volbeat card that I want instead of just putting this one in because I have it. What do you guys think? Or do I put everything in for now and then swap it when I get the one I want? I can't decide what I want to do. What would you do? Also, my brother, the kids that the Ryans are like fostering to adopt, evidently the boy also likes Pokemon cards, and Ryan was telling them about how we collected a lot when we were kids, and he was asking like what cards we had and if he could see them, and Ryan was asking me if I had the cards, and I was like, I just have my original binder. I don't know where our old ones went. He has them. I'm dying because I don't know what's in there, and like I know like I'm glad that we know where they are. But there's like a part of me that's like, I kind of hate the fact that somehow, even though both of us collected them, my brother ended up with all of them. And I can't say anything about it. Like, it's... You know? Like, I'm sure if I was like, hey, can I look through and, like, take some, he wouldn't care. Because I told him how, like, you know, I've been getting back into it again, and, like, you know, we're going to a card show and all of that, but, like, it just kind of sucks. I was like, damn. I don't know why, because I can guarantee you the person spending more of the money in 8.5-year age gap difference was me, not him. Because I was working and buying stuff for him well before he was getting stuff. I would keep the card I have until I get the card I want. That's a risk, my risk-averse nature, yeah. Put it in the binder, switch it out when I got the one I want. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but then I was like, I couldn't decide if that was, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't decide if that was silly or not. Okie dokie. Also, thank you again to whoever that anonymous person was who donated towards my Switch. I really appreciate that so much. We're at 16% now instead of 12. So that's amazing. I don't think that it's... I think it just said anonymous. Hang on. Okay. So... I'd imagine that y'all want to finish this page since it's been like almost done for a while. And then we could decide if we want to do the next one in the book, which is a yard sale. Or we could like go ahead and do something from a different book if you wanted to. Like these ones are a little bit more detailed. This would be the next one over here. It's like an artist studio. So I say we finish that one up and then we can vote on what we do next. Because I also have some others. Yeah. But I figured it just makes sense to finish this one that we had started last time but didn't finish. Because we're almost done. We have like a handful of things left. Throne really doesn't want to work right now. I just wanted to make sure that there was no... Well, let's see. We've raised $90 on Throne towards the new Switch. So we're $10 away from 100 raised. And, you know. No, it didn't. And then I was trying to just make sure that it was like truly anonymous. Yeah, it does. It's anonymous. Okay, I finally got it to work. For whatever reason, the page, every time I would try to look at the gifting page, it was just like, it wasn't loading, but I just got it to. So it was anonymous. Y'all are very sweet. Hi, Smoothie. How are you? So I think it needs more glitter. Took a nap. I love that. I hope it was a good nap. I'm just checking on my scratch paper before I start coloring on. Yeah, this is good. And ads are about to start. Okay. All right, well, I guess we'll take a stretch break instead. Get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, stand up and take a stretch break. I am going to do that myself. So, when we get back, we'll finish coloring this and then we'll color some more stuff. Unless, of course, we end up opening more Pokemon cards. So, I don't know. Okay, be right back. Alrighty. Oof. Thank you all so much for sitting through ads. I appreciate it. Alrighty. Is anyone else coloring today or crafting? Oh, you did some diamond dotting. Which one did you work on? I know you were saying you have a couple. Doing a puzzle. Sunflowers. Nice. Working on a cross-stitch project on 22 count, 1/1. Really testing my eyesight. What is the pattern of? I do love me some cross-stitch. I work on like a specific cross-stitch every single day right now. I am almost at 80% complete on it. And I can't wait to move on to a different cross-stitch. Like, there's a part of me that doesn't mind the way that I had stitched this, where I was like following the color. But there's another part of me that is like, good God, this is so much. And I should have done it differently. Do you? Oh, I'm so glad. I had to make a secondary, thing on Instagram. Because, like, I highlight everything. So if you want to see it from the beginning, you can click on that. And then it's, like, all of them. Oops, that's the wrong one. All of them are here. Right? And you can just, like, flip through. And see. Okay, it doesn't want to. But it ran out of room. Like, it told me that I couldn't add any more to this, like, folder. So there's now a second one. Started. So, yeah. Sitting down to craft with me, yay! Oh, the rainbow one, yes. Easy to finish one color at a time without having to travel or park. That's really nice, honestly. Well, you posted a pic, let me go look. Post-nap stasis. My diamond dot. Alphabet beads. Oh, someone. Wait. Oh, like there was like broken glass in with the beads. Haven't decided if you're going to cross stitch or not. Ooh, silly. I love it. Oh, you've made really good progress on it too. Are you enjoying it? It went everywhere. Oh, God, that sucks. I hate that. I'm sorry. It's really nice to go head empty. Yeah. I understand that completely. You're just able to kind of like veg and just... You're just looking at specific letters and it just, it's nice. It's nice, like... That's why there are days when I don't really know what I want to do on stream. But I'm like, I know I need like a low energy kind of thing. And normally Diamond Dot ends up winning because it's just easy. Only $6. Oh, okay. Yes. Agreed. It's not worth possibly having like glass and stuff like that. Yes. Because at first I was like, oh, you could just scoop it back up. And then I'm like, oh. I understand. It's not about the glass. Or it's not about the spillage. It's about the glass, rather. I said that backwards. What color should they each be wearing? Morning, Emily. Maybe I'll do the matte in that same color, but I'll go over it twice so that the heart is lighter. Well, I'm glad to know that you guys are enjoying the story. Like the progress of the cat cross stitch. I enjoy like working on it and taking pictures and yeah. Ooh, a pastel yellow. I agree. Maybe add like little polka dots or something on top of the yellow. I like that. And we'll do yellow with like a little pink heart. Oh, she's so cute. I don't really have a pale pink. I guess that one. It's so springy, yes. I'm now thinking the tablecloth should be like a pale purple. Or like, maybe even like that. That like really pale lavender. I don't know what color to make the flowers. I do definitely think like that pastel is the vibe for sure. I'm debating adding shading on this, like the wall. I don't know. Here's an alcohol marker tip. If you like a color and wish that you had one a little bit darker, color over it again once it dries. Alcohol markers do layer once they dry. And then you get stuff like this. Same color, just one's more saturated. So that's literally the same color, that doormat. Just one of them has 2 layers of color. Okay, what color should the boy bunny have on? He has kind of like a button-up shirt. I mean, I guess it could be a girl bunny in a button-up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, a light orange. A non-binary. Yes. I had one of those on my website for sale. These I feel like need to be sunflowers. That just makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense in the bush, but the color of them just, like, the shape, it just seems like sunflowers, right? Like, it obviously that's not how sunflowers grow, but... In a world where bunnies are having tea, I think sunflowers grow from a bush. You're so right. Yeesh. That better dry the way that it looks on that card. That's so bright. This color's called Sunflower, so that feels appropriate. I approve of that name. Okay. I don't know what color to make their little cups. I've also never done like a plaid on anything, but I kind of almost feel like their shirts need like something else, like stripes or something. This could also just be like a more simple. Yeah. What I really need to do is I need to get more jelly rolls like this that aren't necessarily like glittery. I have a lot of glittery jelly rolls. Little hearts on her top. That would be cute. I do have some jelly rolls. That we could try layering. I don't have many. Although they were like some of my favorite pens back in the day. You know? I might even just be able to do something with like even these guys. Oh yeah, that one might work. Oh no, that one won't. Yeah, I do too. Oof. That also is appearing kind of dark. Let's see. Let's see if I can't find like a little how to do. I think it's Smoothie. I still need to get in touch with you about um doing some kind of trade for those books. The like tutorial books. Yeah. Right? You're the one that you have them? I have to remember. Okay. Okay. Think I'm gonna make little white polka dots on her little dress. Cute. I like it. I would wear a little yellow polka dot dress. You guys can't really tell if there's any kind of shading on this at all. That's okay. Oh, alright. I've never done plaid. Better not mess it up. Make it a little bit off. And then maybe Okay, wait, that doesn't look bad. Okay. Who I was panicking. Okay. And now maybe we take this little brown guy. Wait! I don't think I messed it up! Look at his little plaid! It's very simple because he's just a wee little bunny. And now I have to add, this is always the scariest bit to make it look like a window. I do this every time. Is I gotta add a little white to make it look like the glass is reflecting. See? It really helps with like making it feel. But every time I get a little nervous. I don't want to like draw on them necessarily too much. And then you can kind of. There we go. Now it's got a window. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely helps add like that like little touch of looking through something else. Like even this little pizza one that I had done, like I did it on the little windows there. It just gives that reflective idea. Okay, I'm gonna say this is done. I could add more shading, but I didn't save all my markers and I'm not going to go back through and try and figure it out. So I'm happy. I'm content with how this is. Okay. I now need you all to vote. What do we work on? And I can put it in the chat. I can put a poll. These are our next two picture options. Okay. One is more that same like thick chunky line style. And then this one is more like fancy. They'll both use the same kind of markers. This is pictures I've done in this one, just so you get an idea. So let me put a poll in the chat and you guys can vote and tell me which one to work on. Which coloring page? Left, right. Okay, this one's the left and this one's the right. Have a vote. There's no right answer. If there was, I wouldn't leave it up to a vote. So let me know. Let me know what picture you guys would like for me to work on. Oh my. Wow. Left is really pulling ahead. There's a right answer, but I don't think it's the winning one. The right is very cute. I'd love to see it at some point. Yeah. A different style would be fun. I agree. I don't think... honestly, I like both. They're just really different, and there's nothing wrong with either one. They'll all get colored. So... I love plants. there are quite a few plants. We're gonna color all of you. All of it. Okay, each one has gained a couple more votes. But the poll is still going. I don't know how many people are here watching, but it's anyone's game. I'm going back and forth with this one since that is ahead by 6 votes right now. I can't decide if the wall should be almost like a whitewashed wood. Like, basically leave it white with, like, some little, like, brown. Or if it should be, like, a really pale purple. Honestly, is the first color that I feel like almost like this pale lavender color could work really nice. Because I was kind of thinking either like that or almost kind of similar to what we just did with like almost like these kind of beige tones, like wood. Because then all the colors would... ooh. Tricky. This one's tricky. Achoo! I finally got that sneeze, though. That sneeze is finally here. I went to go get a new piece of paper. Either way, I'm thinking of like warm wood tones for like the window and this shelf. So maybe I start with that, with the things. How many sneezes is that? I think that's 306. 306. Dang. That seems like a lot of sneezing. Let's see. I wonder. Let's see. Okay. I'm almost thinking kind of like this. Like a whitewash. Like this was kind of the idea I had. In Japanese culture, sneezing is a sign that someone was thinking or talking about you, so I guess a lot of sneezes is a good thing. Now the real question is, do we color the whole wall that color? Or do we just like add, like the wall is already white, so do we just add some like gray shading to it? Or again, do we say screw it and we paint the whole thing purple? Paint, color. It would be like a really pale purple, which could be fun. There was a similar thing here in this like page that I practiced on. It's like a similar little setup. Paint the whole thing fluorescent pink. I mean, I have not used those colors down there yet. Those highlighter fluorescent colors. That would be kind of fun to like take a picture and like have to use those colors as like the main focus. It'd be very neon. Or the whole thing pale yellow. Do you think if I whitewash the walls? See, I think that if I do like a whitewash, I couldn't have wood tones then. Because like the whitewashing would be done with a gray. Do you know what I mean? The palest green that I have is the one that I used in this room. This color, and I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. But I don't want to use it since I had already done it in one of these pictures. It's not very pale, no. There's not a lot of very pale colors. Well, I'm just wondering if I do like a pale, almost like a gray, does that ruin the wood tones? Well, I guess I could do gray, like this gray brown. The names of some of these are awful. This is called Further Color of Skin. Ew. What? Or the other option, right? I keep saying like this pale purple. I've done a lot of dark colors on here. I could go and do another really dark color like this. Oh, like this dark green, this like everything is very dark. Do I do yellow? I could do the whole room yellow. Like a butter yellow. Yellow would be kind of pretty too. Okay, I'm not loving the idea of whitewashing the walls now that I'm looking at these options that I have for the whitewash. So, at least so that I could use other wood tones. So what I'm going to do to start is do the wood tones first. And then I can figure out from there what color I want to do the walls. Either go warm or go cold. I will always support more yellow. Same. I love yellow. I hate that I am a pale white girl who doesn't look good in yellow. In the summer, when I get a little bit more tanned, yellow can sometimes look good. I love yellow. I think it's so cheerful. Like this is like very like golden mustardy, and I love it. It's one of the few ones I think looks okay. It's not great, but it's all right on my skin tone. But it's a struggle because I just don't look, you know. I'm just trying to figure out which color I want to do the wood stuff in. Because we have like warmer yellow or warmer wood. We have like kind of a more neutral or like a darker. Maybe we go with the neutral and we work from there. This is why my favorite color is yellow, and I own no yellow clothing at all. Our wedding colors were navy and yellow. I'm also a pale girly who looks better in a butternut or mustard yellow, yeah. I'm pale with light blonde hair, yellow hates me. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? One thing I have to remember with this book is that the lines are thinner, which means you can't go right up to them because alcohol markers bleed a little bit. And so you don't want to go like right up to the line. It's kind of a tricky thing because, again, when you're used to coloring in the lines, you go normally right up against it. But not with these. Because sometimes you get a little overflow, which is okay. You don't have to be perfect at coloring to enjoy coloring. There is a yellow for everyone. It's just that finding it in stores is often next to impossible, yeah. It must be perfect or it's no fun. Are you the voice of my anxiety? Because that's what it says, too. Me, anxiety, never. Oh, you know what I didn't even think about? We can still do this. Because I can add shading to make this darker. But do we want to have like a natural light element in this? And I'll show you what I mean once I finish coloring in the window frame. They did add lines on the window in this one, yeah. Okay. So, for instance, this one, it might be kind of hard to see, but there's like beams of light, and I made those areas lighter. It's easier to see in this one, where the light's coming through the window, and so everything outside of the light is darker than the light coming in. We could do that with this picture too. Like, I could have the light, like, come in this way. I mean, the light could come in this way too. That could be fun. I mean, the light could even be coming in like this. And it could just be the upper corners that are darker. Like, we could just say that, like, the light is coming in like that. Like, the light is coming in the window like this. Like, it's noon, you know, and the light is just flooding in. I haven't done anything like that before. I have no thoughts. Brain has left the building. Almost like they've taken a lunch break. Yeah. So I think it needs to be like that. If we're doing it like that. I can't decide anything else. I have to decide what we're doing for dinner too. Well, I guess I don't have to. James is home again, but we have to decide. How do we feel about that? Okay. There's the pencil line. So almost like it's going to be coming this way soon. But it's basically like a right angle. Oh, ads? Dang. Okay. So I will say this, and I'm going to say it again after the ads. Don't color with alcohol markers over pencil lines. You will cement the pencil lines into the picture, and you won't be able to erase them. So erase them before you draw. If you have the lines everywhere else, you'll still have like an idea of where everything is supposed to be, but don't draw over your pencil lines with alcohol markers. Okay. Well, you guys are about to have words on stream, so I hope that you have some brain cells left. I'll be right back and we'll work on this some more. Nice, chat. Oops, I didn't push the button. Okay. Back to Smooth Brain. So I was scanning in some of my cards on the stretch break. And see, this is where I get confused sometimes. Because this is a number 55. Right down here in the corner. 55 out of 1 something. 131. And so when you scan it, right, you can see they have like 55 out of 131. But those ones both have balls. A Pokeball and a Master Ball. And this one doesn't. But it's from the prismatic evolutions, not from temporal forces. So you're all wrong. All of them are wrong. Oh, here it is. Prismatic evolutions. There. Alright, it just didn't scan. Okay. Back to coloring. I like stood up, I walked around at the beginning of the round, and then I was like, oh, I should scan some of these while I'm just sitting, like while I'm waiting for ads. So, anyway. Don't mind me. So again, in order to make this look darker, I am just going to do the same color on top. And this is like a really good way to add that like shading. The Poke Hollows often reprint cards in different sets. Yeah, it's a little annoying. It is. It absolutely is. And the whole reason that I don't want to get like all of the cards. And that's where I was like struggling with, well, how do I collect then? If I'm not trying to collect all the cards. So honestly, I think trying to have like a dex, if you will, where I have like one of every card, like every Pokemon, and then whatever's interesting to me. And I actually saw someone on Instagram the other day who is trying to do like the dex that I like, the same idea, but she's doing a budget dex. And she is not spending more than $10 on any card. And I'm like, yes. Hi, Tizza. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm like, that's, yes. Like, I'm not here for, like, anything crazy. I just think it would be fun and give me, like, a goal. Now comes the fun part of, like, trying to find a binder to keep it all in. Happy Friday indeed. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? Need to clean and go to the store. We're just cat sitting this weekend. Maybe going to see my parents. James hasn't seen, like, he hasn't even seen their new house in any stage of it being built. He just wasn't here. Which is kind of wild to think. It's nice because when the weather isn't too hot, James and I will go on like a little walk at night. And so we've only been watching Soot and his sisters for like a night. But like we walked there last night instead of doing like our normal loop, if you will. And it's crazy to me that like honestly walking there, it was about a 10-minute walk. And the thing that all I kept thinking is that Soot and Mittens and all of these other cats that both of us see make that trek daily sometimes. And it was really wild to me, like, just to think about how much traveling these guys do. So also makes sense when she would be like, oh, so and so is here at my house, they might be heading your way. How come I wouldn't see them sometimes for a little while? They got little legs. But that's always something that I think of when people are like, oh yeah, my indoor-outdoor cat doesn't go very far. And I'm like, I don't think you realize how far these guys do go in a day. And like, it's a little bit scary to think about, like, Pippin and Maple and Artie all doing that at like some point. Like, there's just so many different dangerous things that any of them could encounter at any point in time. Cars, other dogs, other cats, foxes. And if you're wondering why I am going back and forth when I'm coloring a big section like this, is you don't want to let your alcohol marker, like the edge, dry, which might be kind of confusing, but basically the edge is where you last colored. If you let it dry and then you color over again, you end up with like a line. Because you know how I showed you guys that you can layer? So basically, if it dries, it's almost like acting as a new layer. So it's a good idea to kind of go back and forth, have a plan before you tackle a big open section. Mine wouldn't even follow me down to the mailbox, and it's 5 houses away, but she liked her little 3-house block. Yeah, and no, that's not to say that every cat wanders, but it's just amazing. Secret Life of Cats, they put trackers in a camera that didn't go far. It went miles. Yes! Oh, I am using alcohol markers. Yes. And no worries. You guys are welcome to be in and out and to ask questions. These are like the not expensive markers, right? Because like Copic is really expensive. But it is a better quality marker than like say some, you know, cheaper versions. So I really like them. They're kind of like a midpoint art tool. Both in price and in, I would say, their application. Like, they're perfect for what I'm doing. She'd stop at the third house and scream at me. It's always so funny to me when we're outside and Maple is like watching from inside the house and he's like looking out the window and he's like, you guys brought me in from outside and you're just out there now? Like, he always looks like he's just so confused. Like, what is this double standard? Because, I don't... You guys don't have claws, and I did, and I'm inside and you're outside. I would not think... I don't think it's a steep curve. I definitely would recommend, like, these sorts of books, like these Coco Wyo is a artist. They have a bunch of different books like this. At the time when I got them, there is no AI in them. I have no idea about that anymore. I haven't looked at purchasing any new ones, but they're thicker lines and they're more simple, and it's a really great way to start learning. This kind is a little bit more, with the extra detail, it can be a little bit fiddly. But I do also think that there's something fun about these ones. But I would say that these kind of have like a bigger learning curve in the sense that like you want to try, like I said, to plan out, okay, how can I keep a wet edge on everything so that it doesn't, and I can show you what I mean by like the harsh line, because I am not perfect at it. I am still learning. I'm still perfecting this, and there is nothing wrong with that, you know? That's really like the only learning curve I would say. And again, the fact that they bleed a little bit out. So again, you know, with like a traditional marker, you would go right up to the line, but with these, you'll learn. At least with like thin art like this, like thin coloring pages, or thin lined pages, I should say. You want to be careful that you don't go like too close or you end up having it kind of bleed into the next object. And the other thing that you want to do with alcohol markers, put a piece of paper behind your what you're coloring, because it will bleed through. You can see obviously this picture on the other side. I have not found any coloring book so far that alcohol markers do not seep through. But here, so you can see doing it like that, there's no harsh lines. This one, can you guys spot the harsh line? It's on the blue background and they're right there. Do you see the lines? Like, that's not part of the picture. And that's because that is where the alcohol marker dried, and then when I colored again, there was a slight overlap. So that's like the thing, you know, when you are doing this, like I said, to kind of plan out where you're going with things as you color. That is the one thing that took me a while to get used to. Just because, again, growing, like, that's not how traditional markers are. You just color wherever you want to. But yeah, that would be like the biggest learning curve to me. And then again, the nice thing with alcohol markers is that you can layer them. Like, we're going to layer this here because this is in the shadow, and that's going to make it a shade darker. But then after this dries again, I will probably add one more layer to the bottom to make the bottom darker, because that is further in the shadow of, like, the room, I guess. I don't know how to... Like, I'm going to add a little bit of, like, shading under here, because, like, there'll be natural shadows and stuff like that. I should make a note of what colors I'm using. That way, if I forget something, I can go back to it. This is E294. And that is trim and wood furniture. Mostly just because I'm not coloring this all in one session. Now, there's a part of me that wants to color the easel this same color, but do I add paint splotches to the easel first? And then add the brown? Yes to the paint splotches? I feel like all easels... Oh, was my head in the way? I feel like all artists end up with, like, paint splotched easels, you know? Another nice thing with alcohol markers is that it doesn't matter if you change the direction you're coloring. Like, with traditional markers, they leave streaks. So, like, if you're coloring in one direction, you don't all of a sudden want to switch and start coloring in another one, because, like, you'll be able to tell. But with alcohol markers, once it dries, you have no idea. See how we're already getting that light effect now? I'll add just a little shading under. under here too. Because these are just places that shadows would naturally be if the sun is coming in this way. And this guy's a bigger shelf, so he's going to have bigger shadows. And you don't have to add like shadows or shading or anything. It's just something that I enjoy doing on these kinds of pictures. Oops, I forgot to color there. It was funny too, because as I was coloring it, I was like, don't forget that little spot. And then I did. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. Let's maybe add some paint splotches to the easel. And then we can color the easel in. I almost... What kinds of colors should we splotch? I guess any. It doesn't matter. Maybe we add a few colors in a few spots. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this black liner marker that I have and add a little bit of, because like everything here is like drawn. Do you know what I mean? And so I think what I'm going to try and do is almost make it look like the paint splotches were also drawn in. Yeah. Oh, you guys can't see that, but that looks really good. Like, look at how adding just that little black line makes it look like it's supposed to be there. Let's maybe add some yellow and some green, because the plant would be green. What book is this? This one. Relaxing Corner. It's a Coco Wayo. I like their stuff too. Agreed. Okay, and a little bit of green, and then we'll be done with the paint splatters. Is anyone else coloring today? Oh yeah, that looks really good. I like it. Okay. We'll color the easel now. I almost wonder if I should do some paint on the tray too, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't know that I need to. I don't want it to look too much. Cross stitch is really calling to you. I love that. Nothing wrong with going where you're being called. You gotta follow the artistic calling. Just about to do some grocery shopping. Nice. I enjoy coloring streams. They're relaxing. I mean, coloring in general is just relaxing for me. James. I'm almost on a page from Fairy Beauties. Oh, I don't have that one. I have a couple of their books, but I don't have all of them. We actually were doing, what is this one? Little Corner earlier. And we finished that. I can show you which one we just finished. And then I have a couple of like the different animal books. But I really want to get better at like using the alcohol markers and doing like textured animal fur before I start doing those. This is the one we just finished over here. Hey, James, while your car is completely taken apart, you should remove your radio. Your ham radio. Then I can actually sit in your car without, like, constantly getting... You don't in the car. You haven't in years. And all that it's doing is putting a drain on your battery. Hi.
Hi. Better come in and say hi real quick, since I'm just waiting on the driver.
Mm-hmm.
And never. I'll try and adjust it so it's not as like in your way.
That's not possible. Well, you gotta fix your posture. I mean, not... What is with the arched back?
This?
Yeah.
That's just how.
No, like when you're standing up straight, why is it so arched?
Because in the military, you like puff out your chest and
Why?
bring your arms back. That's just.
You should like...
It feels weird.
I don't know, all that... lately you've been like in your butt. I don't know if that makes any sense. You've been like in your, like your lower back, like dropping your hips. Yeah, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can just, every time I look at you, I'm like, he's slouching so badly. Like, fix yourself.
Oh, am I on stream right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you mean am I on
I thought you were, I saw words. I thought, oh, we're in a stretch break.
Where are words?
On the left screen?
Like, ever since I've been having, like, back and neck problems, I've been really trying to work on, like, my posture. And so when I'm like, he's military, he's supposed to be, like, and all of a sudden, it's like, you know what it's like you've got heavy boobs. Because that's what I find myself doing, is just, like, a boob.
A boob. Fun.
I love you.
I love you.
Oh, I didn't mean to, like, put you on blast. Like, it's funny because we're the same height, James and I, but when he slouches like that, I'm taller. So, like, every time, like, I go to, like, hug him lately, or, like, rest my head on him, I'm like, boy, stand up. Alright. What a goofy goober, for real. I need to, let's see, Monstera plants. I need some color inspiration. Okay. So they're very, like, green. Like, yeah, Megan, plants are green, but, like, they're not, like, an olive-y color. They seem to be, like, green. Like, almost maybe that one. Yeah. Like, just looking at the colors that I have, I feel like that's the best. If that was, like, a shade lighter, it'd be great. Ooh, I have not. Hang on. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Let's go take a peek. Oh. Oh my. Hang on. Look at this one. Oh no, I need it. Oh no. Oh, they're so pretty. Mm-hmm. 400-page fantasy coloring collection. Oh my god. Wowza. That's so many coloring. Yeah. That's so much color. Following her years ago for her art, when she started doing coloring pages, I was so excited because I could color some of her pieces. Yeah, I love it when artists do coloring books. Like, very different vibes, okay? But my friend Becca from Dragons and Beasties does coloring books now. And, like, I was so excited. Same thing, like, when, hang on, I can show you. Because I just love her art. So, like, when she started doing, like, coloring books, so that, like, because she does a lot of sculptures, but, like, when she started doing coloring books, same thing, I bought so many of them. Stop it. Fun fact, I don't know if it's in any of her coloring books, but she actually designed a special coloring page for my after school program because the kids in my program loved her art, loved her sculptures. She used to do a lot like of videos and stuff like that. She is since now like a big, you know, she's in stores. She has a Diamond Art Club dot thing. Like she's big now. But back years ago, she was still doing a lot of like streaming and, you know, video stuff of her sculptures, and a lot of my kids, I had an after school program with middle schoolers, and a lot of them would like watch her stuff. And so she like made them a special coloring page, and it was a dog tangled in yarn. So that way they could color Patch or any other dog that they wanted to in any other color, all tangled up in yarn. Because I won one of her original sculptures back when she used to stream on Twitch. She would do like little giveaways. I want to say like once a week, where if you won, you got to ask her to like sculpt whatever. Like they were small, they were a little bit, they're little guys. And so I have a little tiny Patch tangled in yarn that she sculpted. Yeah, it's very sporadic that she's ever on. But she's literally the reason that I started streaming. Because I had no idea that art people were on Twitch until her. So I always thought it was just like games. And then I saw like on her, all of her like Facebook posts and stuff that she was also doing Twitch. And I'm like, well, what the heck is that? Oh, it's free? Let me sign up. And I met a lot of different peeps, most of whom I don't speak with anymore. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole different story. But Becca's a good egg. See you later. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. I wonder... Oh, nope. Is that what I had my light at before? What light looks better, chat? This one? Or this one? Not that one. This one? This one's more yellow. Or this one? Better one or two? I don't know. Option 2. Second seems more natural. Yeah. We should make it look like they were just using this brush to paint that painting. Okay. Trying to figure out what color to make the paintbrushes. There's like a million different colors that paintbrushes could be. I feel like the fancy art ones are normally like more natural colored. Maybe that one. I also feel like I should do some kind of color out the window. I haven't done that in the other pictures I've done. I wonder what color I should make the canvas that they're painting on. I guess it'll depend on what color I make the room. We still haven't decided if we're, like, if we're gonna paint the room a color. We've talked about doing the room purple or yellow, or doing like a dark color. Paint the canvas yellow. There definitely needs to be yellow in this. For sure. I hope that everyone's just like vibing and not bored to tears. I know these are kind of very mellow streams, which can be a good thing, but also, I don't know. Ditto! Dang. Come on, chat. We got this. Woo! Oh, Apple, do Poke Start so that you can join in. You got a Torchic, cutie. Yeah, so anywhere that you go that plays that game, you can now play. Yep. I don't know what colors I want to put in these jars yet, but I'll color the lids. This section of my cross stitch has such little sections of each color. That's the worst. I absolutely hate that. Especially when you just want to stitch like a big section. And you're just stuck in like little tiny, like, hell. Going to move to a spot with some bigger sections, so that's been nice. But I'm dreading having to go back. Yeah. It's a tricky mix to balance out. Because, like, the little sections have to get done, but... And the thing to remember when you're doing this kind of like shading is that everything in the shadow gets done twice. It just makes it look more realistic. Let me snooze those ads. You'll try to do it when you're... Yeah, I'd love to see. I always love seeing what everyone's working on. welcome back. I do think that, like, the dark green could look really good on the walls, too. Ugh. I don't know what color, I don't know what the vibe is. Are we going for light and sunny, or are we going for dark and moody? It's a conundrum. Light and sunny. Light and sunny. So you guys think like the yellow? Like one of these? I don't think I've used, yeah. I used it in this. I did yellow here on the bookshop, but no, I haven't done yellow on the walls. Maybe like this yellow. That primary one. It's kind of buttery. Which yellow did I use here? I think that's the yellow I used here. Okay, so maybe we try something different, because I've got all these colors. The really light one, that one. That would be pretty. Yeah, I was wondering if I should do like a, like that, which is like almost more of a mustard yellow. Like just looking at the wood tones in here. Yeah, I think that that's too close. So I think that one of the first two. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do the whole thing in 2 layers, but... That marker exploded. Okay, I'm gonna run ads real quick while I go clean that up. Because they've been trying to play, so, I'll be right back. Where are my paper towels? Okie dokie. Wow, 5 years, Emily? Dang. Wild. Thank you so much for sticking around for 5 years. What even? That's a long time. Happy Modiversary to you. Alright. I'm waiting for the second swatch to dry. But there are each of the colors with one swatch and with one layer and with two. But the second one is still, well, here are the two colors. Hang on. And with one coat and with two. So basically the light and the shadow. I've been blessed with a little song. Yes. I love you. I appreciate all of my mods so much. Pause to watch the Strange New Worlds trailer. Ooh! I haven't seen that yet. Oh, I'm excited to look for that after stream. I keep going back and forth. On which yellow? Hold on. Do we just further... Do we just throw in another... This purple it's still drying, by the way. It's going to be a lot lighter. It's going to be like that color. The subtle one feels like it's kind of faded. The bottom. Yeah, I like them both for different reasons. Yeah, if anything, it might just wait until next time. gotta let that one dry now. The purple's kind of nice too, though, chat. Oh no. Oh, you know what we can do while we're waiting for this to dry? I don't know if anyone's here because it's technically at the end of stream. I should be over, but hey, look, a ticket giveaway because I didn't forget. Exclamation point ticket. I'm the worst at that. Sigh. Okay, see, now I'm kind of thinking one of those two. Like the pale yellow or the pale purple. That one feels too yellow now. Like, maybe, if anything, that's the color of the canvas that they're painting on. This one. Hmm. Yeah, I forgot to. I was like, oh no, I didn't put anything out for we leave water out for the mail carrier. And James like, there is no mail today. And I'm like, oh, you're right. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Yeah, I think I like the yellow. I think I like it. Maybe. I think it'll be cheerful. And then the canvas can be the purple. All right, last call to enter the ticket giveaway. All right. Winner is Walnut. Oops. What would you like to vote on for this coming Friday? Well, I guess next Friday. Friday next week. What activity would you like us to do? Woohoo! Embroidery, you got it. I forgot about minis, yeah. All right. Want to do some of yours? Maybe you'll pull them out this weekend? Yeah. I think, chat, are you all down if I color this wall before I end stream? Because James is off. He's working on his car right now. And I have to cook dinner, but I don't know what to make. So how do we feel about coloring a wall? You see how it already looks like there's shadow here now just because of the way that that shading is? I love that. I quite enjoy that. All right. Let's go where there are natural breaks. So we'll go like thank you all for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Probably look good. Yeah. Okay. Y'all, what should I do for dinner tonight? Oh, you know what? I have mac and cheese. That's always a solid choice. I do too. Yeah, that last night, I love that. Oh, I love a good pulled pork with mac and cheese. Ooh. I went to put the milk in and realized I had none, so use sour cream. I have just used butter before, like when I didn't have milk. Nothing wrong with that. The pre-cooked chicken from Costco. Mmm. All the time with the Jack Daniels pre-cooked pulled pork. Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. I feel like our meal kits have like opened me up to so many more ideas with like pasta. Like it doesn't just have to be pasta. Like sometimes the meal kit we get will give us like mild sausage to add to it, or like peas, um, or spinach, and it just like makes your pasta just a little bit fancier, a little more filling too. Because I feel like pasta is not inherently a very filling meal. Like it is, but it isn't. And it's because it's just like carbs. Like if there's no protein or like veggie with it, it ends up kind of being, you end up, you know what it is, you're full, but sometimes you end up kind of feeling snacky or hungry. Because I feel like it just doesn't last super long. Oh no, that sucks. specific restaurant that had like an Alfredo pasta but with zucchini in it. Ooh. Hooray! Wall done. We can add our shading real quick. That's why I started over here, so it would be dry. And then I'm gonna go cook some mac and cheese. And then go hang out with some cats that aren't mine. I'm glad we went with it too. I agree. What a cheerful place to paint. I will, absolutely. I shared some video of him earlier. If you guys want, I can show a little bit more. I don't mind. Because he makes me so happy. It, like... Especially right now with, like, having mittens in my house. You know, because you do worry about them a little bit when they go to a shelter. Like, oh my god, I know Mittens is not my cat. I know that me bringing him to the shelter and leaving him there is not me abandoning him there. This was always the plan. I was always his foster mom. But the way that I feel like I'm going to cry first when I bring him there, I know I will, and I leave him, but there's going to be a part of me that feels like I'm giving him up, I'm like leaving him behind. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a wild thing to have fostered him to be like, this was always the goal, was to get him a forever house that will love him the way that Soot's family loves him, but like it's so weird. It's like, it's such a complicated feeling because you're not, like, if anything, this is exactly the right thing. Like, this is what I was always supposed to do with him. Like, if anything, keeping him means that I quote unquote failed, which obviously you didn't. Foster failing isn't really a failing. But, like, fostering is always with the idea that they, you know, find their perfect home. It's such a weird mixed bag. It's partly why I kind of wished that he would have found someone while I was fostering him. So that I could just, like, he would go from, like, one house to another and not the shelter, because I feel like that would make it feel a little bit less like a quote-unquote failure, because at the shelter he doesn't have, like, a home yet. And he has a home right now, even if it's a temporary... You know what I mean? Like, it's such a weird... Like, he's gonna be in a cage. Oh! And, like, he's not now, other than his cage rest when he messed up his leg. Like, it's weird. And yeah, bonding with, like, I feel like you bond with them a little bit differently when you know that they're not going to stay around for forever. Because, like, you almost, like, bond with a slight guard up in your heart so that you don't end up getting hurt as badly. Like, of course, you still bond with them, and I love him, and I'll miss him, and all of that, but, like, knowing that... Well, and that's the tricky thing. I'm going to talk with the shelter, because one of the things that they were saying is that it's a little bit hard for cats to find homes when they're not at the shelter. Because a lot of times people are going to the shelter knowing they want to adopt a cat, but they don't know which cat. And so they go to the shelter to see, like, which cat they connect with, which cat they bond with. Not a lot of people are looking on the website and going, ooh, I want that one. Which is a good thing. Like, you don't want people picking animals because of how they look. You want people to pick animals because of how they bond with them. So it's not unheard of. It's just that it's not as, like... So there's a part of me that wonders if maybe when they do events, if I could bring him to the event. Or, like, if there's some other way, maybe, where, like... Yeah. Cat personalities aren't as easy to be judged. Yeah. It's very different. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, so Mittens was a stray cat in my neighborhood. He had someone at some point who stopped taking care of him. He is FIV positive. He is shy, but he warmed up to my husband really fast. So he literally came in from the streets to my house, and he's lived here for 3 weeks now. And there's a part of me too that's like, oh my god, he's gonna be like, why did they abandon me? Because, like, he doesn't know he's in a foster home. But I have 3 cats, and even if and I hate to say it like this, but him having FIV, having Maple, I know that he's going to have some other health things come up down the road. It's just the nature of FIV. And I don't think that it is financially responsible of us to keep him. Even if there was a way that we could keep... I would love to keep him. I would love to keep all of them. Are you kidding me? But then Soot wouldn't have his mom and his sisters if I kept him. You know, like, it's okay that I let them find, like, their home. I would love to keep Mittens. I absolutely would. But I just don't know that we could financially afford to keep him, to have 3 cats that are medically complex, because he and Maple both have FIV. Then Artie has her IBD, and I don't know that we could I don't know that that's financially smart for us. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, we still, you know, truth is, we still have over $1,000 in pet debt right now from Patch's health problems from before he passed away, and Artie's, and Maple is going in for an ultrasound this coming week for his so, like, we don't have the finances to keep them all. As much as, like, I have the love in my heart and, you know, all of that, but I still haven't paid off my dog dying. So, you know, I can't add more, and it sucks. But we'll do the best for him that we can. And that's... He might be sad and he might be scared at first, but long term, I know it's going to be good. Long term, he's going to end up, like, in a house with his family. It's just sucky right now. It's just really sucky right now for him. But, ooh, a 9-tails. Let's catch this. And then I'm going to go and make some dinner. Boop. Thank you all for hanging out with me while I colored today. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you did too. We'll be back on Monday. We'll get some some crafts lined up for the week. Okay. Yes, I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Let us know what you get up to. Oops, that's the wrong button. I'm sorry. I meant to push this one. Here's the Discord. Let us know what you do this weekend there. Anywho, I hope that you have a lovely rest of your time zone, friends. Remember to eat something tasty this weekend, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself, to be kind to other people. Remember, you are loved. I will see you all on Monday. Have a lovely weekend, friends. And I can't wait to hang out with you soon. Okay? Bye.